There are the cynics who see nothing more than a 20-year-old kid with limited talent that stumbled upon superstardom, and they can't wait for her to burn out. But there are the others that worship the ground that she walks upon, and there are 15 million in that category in England alone.
Is your name Kylie?
The luckiest or the most talented? Perhaps both. Either way, in England, Kylie Minogue is a media sensation. This is the minor riot caused by the 20-year-old kid from Camberwell at her first British press reception. The picture-hungry Fleet Street paparazzi are here to cash in on Kylie. One picture will add thousands to circulation, and one glint of gossip makes the headline.
What about the latest stories of the Queen ringing up to find out what's happening in Neighbours before it's happened? What do you think of that?
I don't know. That's a
They're saying she's ringing up your producers to find out what's happening over here because they don't.
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
No, I think.
What do you think if she did watch it?
Sorry?
If she did watch it, what would you think?
I think it's great. Why shouldn't she?
Kylie Minogue has only been here a few days and already she's made history.
First, the highest new entry straight into number 2 in this week's Top 40. It's Kylie and the Locomotion across there.
Locomotion, a remake of the American hit from the 60s, entered the UK charts at number 2. The fastest-selling debut song by a female singer in the history of British music. Not even Madonna has sold so many records so quickly, and it's not just England. Locomotion has been number 1 in Japan for 12 weeks, and at the moment she has a top 10 hit in Germany, Norway, Finland, Switzerland, Denmark and Ireland, and it's fast approaching the top 40 in the US.
And I don't know what the crowds are going to be like outside.
Well, in the way, everyone.
I mean, Kylie hasn't even started her recording career yet. You know, where we go from here, we do not know. She could do an Olivia Newton-John and probably more successful.
Record producer Pete Waterman and partners Mike Stock and Matt Aitken are responsible for Kylie's 3 English hits. In the past 4 years, they've had 170 records in the English charts, and they know they're on another winner with Kylie.
And this is the gold album for Kylie Minogue.
People that say that 10,000 other girls could do it is a real tribute to her talent, because people that make it look easy are really talented. Kylie makes it look easy. She makes it look like anybody could do it, but nobody can, because there are 10,000 people, let me tell you, out there trying to be Kylie Minogue. I mean, we get 400, 500 tapes a week of girls that actually say, you know, I'm the next Kylie Minogue. And they're not the next Kylie Minogue, because there's something very special about her.
Can you understand what all the fuss is about?
Yes and no. Sometimes, but maybe the fuss is about the fact that I'm pretty normal. I mean, I don't look at myself as Kylie Minogue. I mean, I'm just regular Kylie.
It's true, though, that Kylie Minogue's rise to stardom's been seen as almost indecent. The critics see a suburban kid that's been picked up, packaged, promoted and publicised into an instant superstar. But the truth is that Kylie Minogue has been around a lot longer than you think.
How old are you?
10.
1978, and Kylie makes her acting debut in The Sullivans.
I'm a teacher, you know.
May I go now, please?
Oh, yes, of course. You have the food.
Thank you.
A few years later, she reappears in the sitcom The Zoo Family.
Hi.
And, of course, Tim.
Hiya.
And then in The Henderson Kids.
Fix it. Oh, yeah, like to fix your dad's freezer. Nearly blew up the whole butcher's shop. Even though I've done more hours of television than a lot of actors will ever do in their lives. It's not much. It's been maybe 6 shows, and I'm still very young. I think people forget that I'm 20.
Do you feel 20 years old?
No, sometimes, but sometimes I feel 30. But that's fine. You know, I grew up normally, and to think here I am, sitting in London, and most people my age don't get around Australia.
And this is where she hit the big time.
I'm not going to offer again.
But you don't have to.
What did you say? I'm not going to offer again.
You said you were going to say, I'm not going to offer a second time.
I'm not going to offer.
This nondescript cul-de-sac in suburban Melbourne is Ramsay Street, the set of Neighbours.
Oh, you have done.
Oh, no, that don't work it out for yourself.
Come on, you hardly spoke to me at all. I thought we were supposed to be friends.
In fact, I never felt
The
so sure
BBC bought the program 2 years ago to run in its new daytime service, and it was an almost instant hit.
Jermaine Greer said the other day that Australian culture is British working class culture, and this is still primarily a country where there's a lot of working class, a lot of people here, and they like the same things that Australians like. And the fact that it was a high rater in Australia suggested it would be a high rater here. If you live in Barnsley or Bradford or Bournemouth, maybe not in central London, you could see that Neighbours would work.
It worked all right, better than anyone imagined. Within weeks, school children all over the country were wagging school to watch the program. Business and factories began to grind to a halt as 15 million Britons tuned in 5 days a week.
The soaps in England are too heavy, depressing. Everyone is so morbid all the time, miserable, and you don't want that. You want lots of fun. Obviously, the houses in Australia are more elaborate, big, lots of lovely furniture. And then you go to an English soap and they're in a tiny room, shabby furniture, no money. So the programme comes across depressing before they've even said anything.
It was rescheduled into prime time at 5:30 and became the second most popular program in Britain, and the one that causes the most argument among the critics.
People think it's real. They really do. Particularly the journalists who write about it. They're stupid.
Soap opera is where we go to find out what we should do in society, how we get on with our neighbours, how we should relate to our family, how we should behave as far as sex is concerned. And Neighbours is a highly moral soap opera.
It's like the Muppets with suntans. You can practically see the strings going up and down when they come in to do their scenes.
I don't think brilliant acting or brilliant writing is relevant here. What is relevant is a continual number of small plots going on and on.
I think the key to it is the music, that infernal, happy music. You could have a payoff line which says, somebody says, my God, there's bubonic plague in Ramsay Street. And neighbours, da-da-da-da, neighbours, and off you go. Mrs. Mangle, you've only got till Thursday lunchtime to live. Neighbours, da-da-da-da-da, neighbours.
Neighbours is trying to be an optimistic, upward-looking, simple tale to make people feel good in the early evening.
I personally think that getting a television critic to criticise Neighbours is rather like getting an art critic to criticise a gasworks.
The critical brawling has not affected the audience in the least. In box office terms, 15 million people can't be wrong. But the criticism has hurt Kylie Minogue.
Thank you. You're great, you know. Yeah, you're brilliant, I promise.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Can you give me a smile?
In part 2 of our story, she answers the critics, who claim she's a kid of limited talent, riding on the crest of popular television. It's a mistake to assume that Kylie Minogue is the result of a monstrous piece of luck. It is true that she has a natural charm that's hard to duplicate, but she also has the ability to concentrate, to focus everything on a single moment. And above all the worldwide hype and all the glitz, she's a true professional. And on camera, it shows.
Yeah, and just move up on that.
Kylie rehearsing for Top of the Pops. For over 20 years, this program has helped dictate the taste of popular music in Britain.
You just do it really mad, like, just go, you know, it's like they're doing in the clubs here.
It has a huge audience, but nowhere near the audience of Neighbours. And strangely, that's the one thing the British critics hold against Kylie.
Well, I think you've got the nerve.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
From our point of view, we had no idea how successful Neighbours was when we did the, I Should Be So Lucky. We had no idea. And okay, in hindsight, Kylie Minogue was a hit record looking for some place to happen. But we didn't know that. And when we got her in the studio, of course, that was the killer thing. She is actually a great little singer. It was perfect for us.
Plus, of course, the connection.
Music aside, writers such as Punch Magazine's Michael Bywater see something much more sinister in Kylie's transition from soap actress to singer.
It's like watching a snake shed its skin, you know, and there's this skin that has been left in Neighbours. It's of Charlene, but there's another one, identical, that has moved out and is now cutting pop records. It comes in at number 2, you know, Serpentine eases its way in and whoomp, here's a record. What's going to happen next? That skin will then be shed and it'll appear somewhere else. It'll keep popping up and there will be these skins and you say, is it Kylie Minogue? Is it Charlene Mitchell? Which is it? And what is the one that's now doing, God knows, running for Prime Minister, going to the moon, splitting the atom? Who knows? I find it very creepy. It's Twilight Zone stuff, you know, Rod Serling and we have got control of your set.
Are you in control of your destiny? Do you feel that you are, or do you think sometimes it's out of your hands?
I mean, the thing is, everything has just happened. It's only now that things are starting to be planned and we're sort of thinking, hey, we better look at this and assess what we're doing and what we're going to do. But up till now, it's just happened. Went into Neighbours. I was just a kid. I did what I thought was right. You know, yeah, I'll go around the countryside. I'll do that. And then I tried singing. I remember recording Locomotion at a small studio in Richmond, and just went in and did it and thought this might work. I might even make a video clip, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just happened. So it hasn't been a carefully planned move. A couple of years ago saying, well, we'll do this and then she'll be that popular, and so we'll sort of shift in that way. It's just happened.
There was never a big marketing strategy planned of how we were going to take this girl and put her in front of the eyes of the world. It has happened. Kylie in America, following a visit of 2 weeks where there's no Neighbours, all of a sudden we've got 60% of American contemporary hit radio stations playing her music.
But how would you explain the phenomena of Kylie Minogue, to say someone who knew nothing about Neighbours? Or...
Well, that's what everyone wants to know. What is the phenomena? What makes it? And I don't know. The most I can come up with is that, I mean, I think you have to have talent, but also luck plays a part, because you can have all the talent in the world and there's thousands of people out there that have got it coming out of their ears, but they never get that lucky break. So that, mainly being myself, people can easily relate to what I am, what I do, pretty normal. And I'm not trying to be anything different, I think.
Self-effacing though Kylie might be, the fact is she's news. Or more to the point, she sells newspapers and magazines. And what's written about her is quite amazing.
Kylie, a psychic once said that because your top teeth overlay firmly in front of your bottom teeth, it shows endurance, determination and an armour-like sense of protection, and you will need plenty of rest in October, and a divorce or separation will threaten but not occur, all from your teeth. Do you find that quite
Maybe
amazing?
it's because I didn't have braces, I don't know. Would I be a different person if I had braces?
But this psychic may have been paid a lot of money to come out with this.
Well, it could have. I mean, it amazes me when they have, you know, psychologists analysing what Neighbours has and what I have.
Yeah.
I mean, if people knew what it was, everyone would be doing it.
And the other stories have been nothing if not creative. Kylie is anorexic, close to starving herself to death. She's a multi-millionaire living in a shabby love nest. She's trying to wreck Sister Danielle's career. And she's having passionate affairs with a multitude of English and Australian pop stars.
The press has got the power to say you've earned this much money or you're having an affair with someone, which a lot of people believe. Maybe they don't truly believe it, but they like to believe it. They can say you're on heroin or they can say anything.
Is that one of the things that drives you completely mad?
It used to think, oh, they're invading on my private life, but I realised if it wasn't about Jason, it would be about someone else. Like, I pick up reports and I've had an affair with someone I've never even seen or met.
Yeah.
And without knowing it, it's probably been the best means of publicity I could have ever wanted, but it wasn't planned.
Your
like
friendship is
everything
obviously
else.
very important.
Yeah, and we've had to do a lot of travelling together, a lot of work together. And I just don't deny it or agree to it now. I just say, well, make up your own minds.
Maybe there are better singers. Maybe there are better dancers and actors. Maybe there are better and more glamorous performers. But Kylie Minogue is just enough of each to make a tiny package of show business dynamite. The world is at her feet. She doesn't know why and she doesn't care why. But she's smart enough to enjoy it, to learn from it, to take advantage of it, and plan for a long-term career.
So I'd like to do it for myself, not for anybody else, not to prove to all the people out there that say Kylie Minogue's a marketed package and she's got no talent, because they can all go jump on their heads as far as I'm concerned. But for me, I'd like to do it. It's what I like doing, and if I can't do it, I'll do something else.